Now what does it mean, live the life of your dreams? It's less reliant on intellectual knowledge and more on a feeling, a deep emotional intuition. It's something that you can't know simply by thinking about it. It's something that has to be felt deeply, deeply. Imagine being a pine tree on the top of a mountain and feeling what it feels like at dawn, the first caress of sunlight, that warm touch on your face from the sun as it comes and it touches your first pine needles on the top, and then lower, lower, lower the branches, the trunk, lower down your body, your whole body, until your whole body is caressed, bathed in sunlight. But you see, we're too busy rushing around this way and that way and zipping forth in our cars. We're too busy to feel it. That's the feeling that you get sun gazing as a tree on the mountaintop. Just imagine sitting there, gazing at the sun. Sitting there all day long, nothing to do. Nothing that has to be done, nothing that's left undone. Just sitting, growing. As the sun caresses you, you take some of the sun's energy and you grow new leaves, a new needle. Oh, I think I'll grow a little left arm over here today. But you don't think about it. You just do it. You just do it when the sun hits you and the water nourishes you and the wind caresses you. The new branch that you form is just a confluence of all the things that you feel, all of nature's beauty caressing you, touching you, surrounding you, becoming you. You're in your own personal flow, doing your thing, and everything is a response to everything else. But knowing what your personal response is and should be in every circumstance that you find yourself in, patiently cultivating the awareness necessary to make the right decisions in the right amount of time, and having patience in order to not jump at the first sign, but waiting, testing, feeling, not knowing, but sensing the warmth of the energy surrounding you, flowing through you all the time, constantly, cultivating a deep, delicate awareness of that, and not acting outside of accordance with that, being with it, flowing with it. Only, of course, we're not trees, we're people. So what is the sun and the water and the wind and the other trees growing next to us? What are those like in our life? Because we're not trees. Well, what are they? They're the exact same thing. They're all the forces of nature. They're all the other people that we interact with in our lives. They're all the institutions of society and civilization that we have to respect, even if we don't agree with. We don't have to go along with them necessarily, but we don't want to scare the people who do go along with them. We have to go with the flow and not frighten anyone else, not impose our will upon anybody else. Respect the other people in our lives, respect the other institutions in our lives, respect all the things that we are drawn to, that we find ourselves sitting in the center of. We're all just vortexes, whirlpools whirling, and all of the forces that create us to whirl are all of the things around us in our lives. All the other people, all the other things, all the other places that we go. We're going to be here for 50 years, 75 years, 100 years. That civilization that exists while we exist is all part of the flow, all part of the sunlight, the wind, the rain, all the things that we have to navigate. We have to take all of that into account very gently, very intelligently, and understand why. Maybe it's not so important to understand why, but understand that we were put here in this place under these circumstances for particular reasons, and it is our mission, our goal, our destiny to be able to figure out, to feel, why were we put here, surrounded by these circumstances? What can I do surrounded by these circumstances? Now you might think, these aren't the circumstances I would have chosen. But didn't you? Did you? And even if you didn't, and even if you did, there's nothing you can do about it. So you better get used to it. And you better flow with it. Because otherwise you're going to be spending your entire life forcing an issue, forcing something that you're going to say, I don't want that to be true. And going against the grain all the time, and creating in you this constant sense of anxiety and depression and vibration against the vibration that's currently around you. Now you say, well, but that's not the natural vibration. The society that exists is not natural. It's out of accordance with nature. Well, that very well may be. But you were put there, in the middle of it. And you have to, in some way or another, find the correct, useful way to navigate it. Not fight it, but navigate it. Just like a boat, a canoe on a stream, paddling forward. You can't say, I wish I weren't in this stream. I wish the water were deeper. I wish it were more shallow. Wishing is not going to do any good. You have to work with the water as it is and adjust your paddle, your row, appropriately.